Hey guys, it's Kayla. Welcome back to my channel. I wanted to give an update for you guys about the hard reline appointment. And over the past few days, my phone that I normally use stopped working. Like it froze and I can't get it to work. So I'm using a cheap phone right now just until I can get another one. So the quality won't be as good as normal. And I'm not used to where the camera is on it. So I keep having to look a different way. But anyways, I didn't want to keep you guys waiting on the hard reline update because I know people are probably wanting to know a little about it before they go to their appointment or something. But mine was on Monday, and I had to go there at 9:30 in the morning. And for me, it's almost a 2-hour drive. So once I went there, I stayed there the whole time until you pick them back up. But anyways, when I first went in, basically I don't know if they call it the like technician or dental assistant or whatever, but she came in and I knew they would do some type of impressions to see how much the fit has changed. But I didn't realize that they actually take the upper and put the impression material inside of it and then put it back in your mouth, and then that tells them where they need to make changes or adjustments or fill it in some. So I did that, held it up the same way for a few minutes. She looked at the bite, and then basically that's all you have to do, and then they'll take it to their lab, and that's where they do the hard reline in the lab, and they told me to come back at 2 o'clock to pick it up. Now, I did mention beforehand, in my case where the top doesn't have the gum line in the front, I did mention that whenever I had the soft reline done, it adds material, so it pushed the teeth down some, and I didn't like the way that looked. So I mentioned that to him just because I was worried, because once the hard reline is done, that permanently changes the way that it is, so you can't do any kind of, you can do probably some kind of adjusting, but not as easily. So I mentioned that, and she actually asked me if I wanted to keep it this way or, get it the normal way. And I said, well, if there's any way to keep it like this, I'd like to do that. So then whenever I came back at 2, she brought the top denture back and put it in my mouth, and I guess, like how they adjust it or whatever, they don't really know if it's perfect until you put it back in and try it. And as soon as I tried it the first time, I could tell that there was places where it was like too tight or something. So then she put some kind of cream-like stuff. It's some kind of paste. I don't know what it was called because she didn't say. But whatever it is, they put it in there and then put it in your mouth, kind of like impressions. And then that will tell them where the pressure's hitting on certain places. So then after she did that, she was able to do the adjustments and then put it back in, and it felt fine. Now, when I left, I did notice later on, after having it in a little bit longer, that in the back where the gum line is, it's a little bit higher this time, and so it's kind of been like making it raw up at the top. But that's something that can be like shaved down easily. I just haven't went back since it's a little bit of a drive. But I also wanted to mention that this time I did get to ask her 2 things that I've been wondering about certain things. One, I asked if these are the immediates, and I've heard some people say that they always give the economy quality for immediates, and so I asked just to be sure, and she did say that they were economy, and I paid for the package that comes with the premium permanents. So I just was wondering, if they give everyone the economy immediates or not. But I found that out, and I also found out that once I go back for the permanent, premium permanents, they will be a whole different upper. So I'll be able to keep these immediates as a backup. And I was wondering that because I have heard some people say that they just reline and reline your immediates until they eventually, change them into your permanents. But I was kind of hoping that this was the case, that I got two different ones because I did pay for the package and it was a little expensive for me. So I did learn those two things. And I guess as far as the gumless in the front, it'll just kind of vary on every time I go back. I guess I'll, see if I'm still able to do that. I did notice that with this hard reline, it didn't push them down any. They actually were able to, I guess where I have healed and stuff, they were able to make them go up more. So I have noticed that where I was so used to them being so, like, not really like big, because I had big, natural, big front teeth, and that's how I wanted them. And they weren't like really big, but they were kind of down more. And if you watch other videos or something, I want to know if you guys can tell where they kind of were. I'm going to try to put some pictures in here too of before and after, because I took a few. But they were just kind of, you were like more, I was more aware of the front teeth. And now that they have went up so much, I guess from the healing and him being able to adjust it, it actually does look better. But to me, I'm having to adjust to it because where they were so much more down in the front when I smiled or talked or anything, now I can tell by looking, in the mirror or something when I'm talking or something, that they aren't. And I guess I'll just have to get used to it after time. But I do think that it looks better than how it was before. I don't know how well you'll be able to see with this phone. But they're right at the gum line, and the hard reline feels really good. I can't tell a difference between the feeling of the hard or the soft reline. This hard reline feels just as comfortable for me. Now, where I just talked to you guys about how I feel like it's up more than it was before the reline, and I'm just now getting used to it, I am able to wear the C-bond strips again for uppers, and I like those, and I feel like it kind of puts a little cushion in there and also pushes them down just a little bit to where I would like it. So that's what I've been using now. And the way that she acted with this type of upper, that I would have to wear adhesive all the time, which isn't exactly true, because when I had them first made and when I had the soft reline and stuff, I was able to go without adhesive when I wanted to. I just used it a lot for security. But she acted like the way that the hard reline was and the way they are now, that I would need it. So I need to test that out because I've been using the strips. So we'll see about that. But I don't know. I feel like everything went good. I was really, really nervous about it because it is permanent and it's done in the lab, and if something was wrong, I'd have to deal with it for 3 to 6 more months or something. But I actually am happy with it. I just have to get used to the teeth being up more due to the healing and then readjusting the whole fit of it. But I don't know. I'll try to put the pictures somehow, even if it's just a thumbnail of the before and after, so you guys can kind of have something to look at to tell me what you think about if it looked better with them down further or if it looks better now. Because I just have to get used to it. And you'll probably look at it and not even know what I'm talking about, but it's just something where I look in the mirror every day, I notice it. It's more of, I think when I'm talking, I don't see the top teeth as much or as big as I used to, and it just feels weird to me, but I'm sure I'll get used to it. But yeah, they did make these gum things a little bit higher than last time, and that's kind of hurting. But I did ask her that too. With the package, I can go back and have free adjustments, which I haven't done yet. So I found that out as well, that you get the free adjustments like after they do relines and stuff with the new denture wear package. So I think that's about all the questions I asked and all the things that I have to update on as far as the hard reline. Um, the impression stuff that they put in the upper in order to do the impressions was like a purple color. And I took a few pictures of me holding it up there with the purple getting everywhere. Um, but that's about it. If I think of anything else, I'll let you guys know. But as far as the fit and everything else has been good since the hard reline. I'll go back in maybe October, I think is my next appointment, and it'll be for another soft reline. Um, but I hope you guys are doing great. If you're having E-days or, just newly went through with it, or in any part of, whatever stage. Hope you all are doing well. Thank you guys for watching. If you haven't already, please subscribe. And feel free to email or comment or message me if you have any questions or just need support going through this. Bye, guys.